Hi, how are you? This is Eugene, the New York nighttime taxi driver with the bad hair. This is Sunday afternoon. I'm at the LaGuardia Airport main taxi holding lot. Can I turn this thing around? I don't understand this. I don't understand it. Anyway, okay, I can't turn it around, I guess. I don't know why, but I can't. So, anyway, let me get right to the point here. It's about Venezuela, and it's about this new program they have called CLAP, which the acronym in English is CLAP. I don't know what it is in Spanish exactly, but CLAP, CLAP in English, is a program by which President Maduro is implicitly admitting that there is a food crisis in Venezuela, because he has commissioned the community councils, communal councils, communes, activist groups to basically take over the distribution of food. And the idea, that the way I have picked it up off the internet, is that these activists, these communal councils, community councils, so forth and so on, will be delivering bags of food door to door, house to house, to Venezuelans, to assure that everybody gets some portion of adequate food, and to alleviate this nightmare that's been going on since 2013 of having to stand on these long lines and sometimes hit or miss as to getting any food or the food that you're looking for or any such thing. So it sounds, and of course now I've read Nick Evans, and I'm starting to think he's really with the opposition now, but I'm not sure. He says he's, like a third force, and he's dissident Chavista. And he made the allegation on Aparea, saying that these committees are going to be discriminatory, or they are, and that only PSUV, that's governing party, members are going to be involved in the distribution, and that it's going to be corrupt, or it is corrupt. I'm not sure where he's coming from with that. And that, you're going to have to, the Venezuelan, to get the food, is going to have to declare loyalty to President Maduro, and so forth and so on. And the hard opposition, of course, is saying this. Emphatically, they're saying this. And I don't want to believe that. I don't want to accept that. And I would not say it until I knew it, okay? So I'm not saying that there's any discrimination, political discrimination, involved in say, LAP and their distribution of food. But I want to tell you about a little thing that happened to me. A few days ago, my wife woke me up for going to work, get ready to go to work, which she wakes me up in the late morning or early afternoon, and provides me with my startup meal, and, guides me through the fog, gives me a big pot of coffee, and I eventually get out the door, and I go to work, and I work hard, and I come back, and I bring home some money, and I'm very glad that at my age of 70, going on 71, I'm able to do this, and I'm happy, and I'm proud of it, actually. Now, the point I'm getting to, okay, she watches cable TV, and she sees on RT. Now, I love RT, or what do they call it now? RUPT. Well, RT, the old Russia Today, which is a news service, and they also, of course, provide opinion. And I appreciate them very much. They give a slant that's clearly against the New World Order, and I like that. And very critical of the West and the United States and their actions. And they will be inclined, and they would be inclined, to defend the government of Venezuela against slander, calumny, rumor mongering, and so forth and so on. And so my wife wakes me up and she's furious. That Eva Gollinger, she says to me. I'm not sure if I pronounce it right, but you know who I'm talking about. She said that in Venezuela everyone has enough food or something like that. And she was furious because, she has family down there, and now they're kind of my family. They are my family. And they're suffering. They don't have enough food. My wife went down there just to bring vitamins and to make sure that they got the vitamins. The 2 pregnant women who were losing weight and anemic. Okay? So don't give me this, they got enough food. I'm not buying it. And, Venezuela is kind of a strange place. They call it 21st century socialism, where you can have WhatsApp and not enough to eat. Okay? So, we got WhatsApp, we got Facebook, we know, and we don't talk to people who have any axe to grind or who wanting to calumniate the government. All they really want to do is go to work and take care of themselves and their children, and they're not terribly involved, though I don't think ever were or want to be much involved in politics. They're certainly not opposition activists, okay? So I don't want to hear any crap about that. But anyway, she's hopping mad, okay? So you should write something about that. You should say something about that. This is wrong that RT would put her on there saying that they have enough to eat. Now, I didn't actually find, I found an article, that kind of was implying that the shortage ain't so bad and blah, blah, blah. All right, now maybe if the PSUV and the activists and the communal councils are giving out food to every family and making sure that it doesn't get smuggled, and making sure that it doesn't get resold at 2 and 3 and 4 times the subsidized prices that the government used to provide. I guess hypothetically they provide it, although, the subsidized price of something that isn't there, I don't know what value it is. But anyway, I'm losing my train of thought. Bear with me, people. I'm not a professional deal, this thing. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, I was talking to my wife today before I went to work. And I said, have you heard from the family anything about this CLAP thing? And she said no. And there probably isn't any if they haven't said anything to me about it. And I said, well, I don't know. I'm kind of curious about it. I'm going to write this thing talking about what Eva Gollinger said and so forth. Well, maybe, they're starting to fix it and people are getting enough to eat, So, she WhatsApped down there, and boy, her nephew first thing says, "Mentira! That's a lie." So he was pretty mad, He was hopping mad. How dare they say that they're coming around bringing us food? Now, they live in, he lives in Táchira, and she got other family in Zulia. Now, these are 2 provinces on the Colombian border. And let me tell you something, man. In Venezuela, they got this thing. It's like in the United States, we have this expression, flyover country, where the elitists who like to commute between New York and California. They roost in New York and maybe Boston and Washington, D.C., but mainly New York, the East Coast, the Northeast, and San Francisco and Los Angeles, and maybe San Jose, where they do the computer stuff, San Jose area, and San Diego, perhaps. So they call everything in between flyover country, and it's a kind of a contemptuous expression towards the majority of people in this country. And, perhaps they are provincial. Most of them don't have passports. Most of them only speak one language. That's all this is true. But, so they have a similar expression in Venezuela about people from these regions that my wife's family is concentrated in. And they, I don't remember exactly what it is, something to do with trees and mosquitoes. So you get the gist of it. The land of the trees and mosquitoes, or something like that, jungle and animalitos or something. So anyway, you're talking about, this is your country. Now, I know that people up in those places, they have regional accents, and many of them are from mixed families of Colombians and Venezuelans. And, well, that's true. And there has been, or were, separatist movements of some oomph, but not all that much. And they tend to be oppositionist strongholds. However, both of them have elected governing party governors. Some of the mayors are not. The point I'm getting to is that, they're kind of like looked down upon and not considered real Venezuelans. And how I know this, because I was talking to one of my distant relatives there. I call him a distant relative. And he was saying how when he meets people from Caracas, they tell him that he's a Colombian. And, of course, he's not a Colombian. He doesn't live in Colombia. He lives in Venezuela. And he lives in the state of Táchira. And so they have this attitude about it. Anyway, these folks haven't heard anything firsthand about this CLAP, about distributing food by the government, or any such thing. And I just want that for the record. And I'm going to write more, and thank you.